Alright, it's time for another art stream in the morning. Here we go. We're back to more Eldritchrune stuff, at least for the ending. So, come and join me for more craziness. Hope someday I can get back to the Boss battle, but still gotta do all the roughs for that. Just gotta get through work stuff first, then I'll be able to do it more. And in the meanwhile, we do have this one to work on. I did get this stuff done. Anyways, hope that you are all doing well this morning. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. Joining me for some more angst and stuff with the Dreamer family. They're very good at that. But I am excited to eventually get to this part whenever ending stuff gets posted, which will be a while from now. But we're making our way through it. Hopefully the music's not too loud. Might need to turn it down a little bit. I'm not sure if we're forced or divorced. I don't know. Would this count as being divorced? I'm not so sure. How do you count a divorce? Okay, cool. Turn this down a little bit. Ooh. October is over, and now there's November, and I'm still busy for November stuff too. Ah! Some Thomas stuff, nice. Nice, nice. Any more remixes of this song I really like from now on. It's really good. I'm also glad that the glad the animatic came out and people liked it. Yay! I need more ideas to do for that kind of thing. Mother 3 animatic? I don't have any ideas for a Mother 3 animatic. Even though the ending was very good. I'm sure somebody must have. Been around since, like, 2006. There's gotta be fan animations out there. Gotta be. I'm sure that stuff was around, like... Then again, I'm not sure how easy it was to do animatics back in the day. People still did them. Oh, right, they're going to do a 3D version first, weren't they? Which is still very interesting. Your hair's usually over that. Max might have looked like in the earth bounce. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Ooh, treble development. Ooh. It super sucks. Making games is hard. Making movies is hard. Any kind of major production that requires so many people to like make it and participate in it. Really difficult stuff. That's why producers are so important. Keeping people on task. Ooh. 64 drive. I don't have time. I'm sorry. I am super busy with work and with my own projects. I don't have time to take on something else. I'm already chock full of work. Sorry. However, if you want to do an animation thing, I do have a friend who really needs work right now because the work she was going to have is dried up, and she can do animation. Message me on Discord so that I can pass details on to her because yeah, she could. I don't need the work she does, so yeah, just pass that on to me over Discord. And she's very good. She's done more animation than I have. I've mostly done, like, you know, storyboard stuff, which is a little different from animation. But she's actually animated. Depends on what you're doing. Really big programming guy. Yeah, I know. Again, I don't have time for that. I do have a friend that needs work. Pass that on to me over Discord so I can pass it on to her. I am extremely busy with my current job, and I haven't had the chance to like do any of the new Eldritchrune stuff, and it's kind of driving me crazy. Yeah, I'm imagining. But basically, you're asking for something like what was with the Battle of May Island animations, where we had like the little ships going around and stuff like that. That kind of animation. Like I imagine that's simple kind of stuff. Okay, that's what I thought. If it's paid, again, send it to me over Discord so I can pass it on to my friend. I don't have time to take on new work, and my friend does, so. Although, obviously, a permanent job would be better, but, you know, a little money in the meanwhile I'm sure will help. Yeah. I'm not sure what Fats is up to these days. Hopefully they're doing well. But yeah, I am extremely lucky in that right now I do have work. And it's keeping me busy. Okay. Yeah, pass along those details to me. I'll see if I can't pass that along to folks I know who need work, basically. As goodness knows, this industry is not being very, very kind right now. Oh. Okay, another OC. I know. It's been a while. OC, okay, let me find it. Let me go over to... come on. The doodle page. I should probably spread out some of these OCs. They're all over the place here. Trying to concentrate on getting this kid right. What? Mm. A cool kid. Let's see. I have to make this one smaller again. Also, I should just say in terms of, like, animation, that stuff ain't cheap. Especially from a professional. It's because it's pretty time consuming, is usually why it's not cheap. Animation is a lot of work. Like, it also makes a difference, like, if you already have, you know, done up models and stuff like that, like rigs and etc. Alright, here we go. That's getting like that. Okay. Just grouping all the cool kids together. Alright, there we go. Boop, boop, boop. Hello, thank you for coming. Sorry if I missed, sorry if I missed stuff. I was focusing on the, on the reference. Thank you for doing the request thing. Those are open for everybody. And yeah, the animator is not really treated well in Japan either. Animation, hard. I was saying that animation is kind of an expensive thing to commission. Like, do you have hundreds or thousands of dollars at hand? Because that's kind of what that usually requires. Unless we're talking like a 2-frame GIF or something like that. It really depends on what you're asking for and what materials you have. Like, even when I'm usually doing storyboards, you know, I have a script, I have the designs, I have, if I'm lucky, I have voices. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not familiar on the lore. Yeah, it depends on what you're doing. It depends on what you're doing and what kind of assets you already have available, stuff like that. I don't know, I've seen some street brawl chicks in fantasy. Maybe it's just my imagination, though. I'm not sure. But also, I should tell you guys that if you've given me a reference and I'm doing that in the doodle page, I'm not looking at what the chat is. I'm sorry. Yeah, like Kumatora is basically fantasy brawler. I'm looking at the reference, I'm not looking at your text, I'm sorry, so it's likely I missed stuff. There's gotta be references out there somewhere for you, though. There's big reference pools around. I know I've saved some stuff, I gotta go and try and look it up. Well, I was just talking about that. I was just saying it depends a lot. Animation is expensive. That's exactly what I was talking about. Animation is expensive. It depends. Okay, storyboards are not animation. Please specify. Storyboards also expensive, but again, they're not animation. And again, it depends on what assets you already have. But like, for my job, I am getting like, what is it? Probably about $350 per day. And that's per day, and usually like for that I'm, maybe getting a second of storyboard done. I mean, for a storyboard, it depends on, like, what you want. Like, for example, the animatic I just did, for the Suzelle thing, like, obviously I already know what the characters look like, but I needed, I wrote the script myself. So I need, like, I need character references, I need script, I need background references, I need prop references, and ideally, I also really want to have voice acting and music for whatever's necessary for that. Well, keep putting yourself out there. There's people who want that kind of stuff. It's just a matter of getting your name out there, which means producing a lot of work. And hey, there you go. Mango's looking for somebody to commission for animation. There you go. They're interested. You have found each other. And Jet, that would probably be good thing to do some commissions practice for your portfolio as well. Oh yeah, I'm positive there's references like that. Luna, I'm positive that exists. You probably just need to go looking through a proper reference pack instead of like Googling it. I'd have to go looking to see if I have reference packs saved elsewhere. Oh no! Don't bother with those. Don't bother with those things of like oh your commission's open. I want to commission you. Like you're the one that goes asking for them, not the other way around. But yeah, they are on Discord, asking all that. Meanwhile, Toriel having a bad day. For a second, I thought I was on the wrong thing. Yeah, there you go. Hello, thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I know there's better reference things around. Hold on, let me see if I have them saved on my personal Discord thing. Things to remember. Do I have any of that? No. Nope. Brushes. Internet help. Okay. I'm going to post something in chat. Link in chat here. See if this has what you're looking for. I remember saving that as, oh, I can probably use that for references earlier, so I might have what you're looking for in terms of a reference. I really need to organize my saved links better. Oh, I might use this someday, like my junk drawer of internet stuff. So I need to go shopping for some paper to do some, like, I want to do some watercolor stuff over Christmas break. I need new paper for that, because my old paper is kind of falling apart. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry about that. Oh, that's gross. No, I hope you can get rid of those. No. I had that happen once. A group I was living with, we had roaches in our apartment. Oh, it was awful. It was not great. I understand that's very nerve-wracking. Ugh. Oh, I haven't seen animated versus animation, but yeah, stick figures. Aren't those like colored though? I think there's a cooldown period for that kind of stuff, but yeah, that's a good thing to have. It's a good thing to have like a folder you can go to for references, stuff like that. Develop your own library. Never hurts. Oh no. Yeah, I've seen a couple of spiders around my apartment, but that's, you know, that's not a problem. Better a spider than a roach, to be sure. I don't know the characters. I would just be drawing stick figures. So I don't know if I could get their personality across, and unless that's in the reference. Like, if you want to see me draw stick figures, okay. I do that a lot for work, actually. It's just stick figures. No, literally, usually my first step for planning out storyboards is like stick figures. Very rough stick figures. And then you fill it out. Isopropyl alcohol? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm trying to remember what we did to try and get rid of the roaches we had in our apartment. We had cats in that apartment, too. I don't understand why the roaches were going for that, because the cats would have attacked the roaches. Probably explains why they mostly stayed hidden. I don't know. If you can find this use for this as a meme, go right ahead on. When you're trying to go about your day, but there's an Eldritchrune right outside your house. Alright, I'm gonna have to do this on special lines, actually. And then we'll be easier to draw through and then delete it later. Oh, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Yeah, those things can squeeze through anything. Huh. Weird. I didn't know weevils could be attracted by that. I guess, you know, same bait. It kind of makes sense, I guess. I did have a mouse problem in my apartment for a while, but I haven't had I've not had roaches in this apartment or ants. The thing that scared me, I had termites in my place, and when I was living with my parents once, that freaked me out. Or they were like swarming termites, like they weren't like the actual infested termites. They were like termites that, you know, are looking for a new home. Okay. And I did not like that. Huh. Yeah, you'd figure they would be drawn to, like, rice, but I don't know, maybe there was rice in that thing? Anyways, I hope you deal with that problem. Then again, would you rather have an infestation of roaches or an infestation of giant person-eating Susies? You can't really step on her, she'll step on you. With a crunch. But she doesn't want chalk, she wants tasty human. Okay, we're gonna put the SP lines under that one. She want a tasty human. Okay. Oh, I think I have to fill that one in later. Okay. Alfie's, I think, actually lives. First I thought you meant my lizard. I'm like, I'm not sacrificing my lizard. No. Susie's like, heck yeah, I get to do the Jurassic Park thing. I have to draw them being spooked. Yeah, it's fun that way. You need to fully light a scene to make it scary too. Tutorial having a scare and a scream. Yeah, sorry I can't do any truly cool lighting on here, is because this is a monochrome coloring. If I try to do full color, this would never get done. It would take so long. Okay, I'm glad you bookmarked the site. It probably will have a lot of different things there. Yeah, exactly. And hey, well, another thing you can always do the pose yourself and like take a photo or do it in the mirror. And then you've got a ready-made pose. That's what they used to do a bunch with animation. You have a mirror nearby and you know, just use that to do your poses. I think that especially worked for like facial animation poses. Ugh, I need to do more pose reference stuff myself. My problem is, especially with my job and with the stuff I do, it's hard to find time. It's like, it'll be okay if I just wing it. Oh no, puppy. I don't know if Alfie's was fooled by the mirror trick, but I have noticed that, like, I have a big air conditioner unit that's, you know, a black, slightly reflective surface, so she can kind of see herself in it. And, like, if she gets up close to that, she'll just be like, like, she'll just be clawing around it like she's trying to either go through it or something. I'm like, that is a solid surface, girl. You can't go in there. Believe in her. Oh no! Why was it on the roof? Also, puppies, I know that you want to guard your space, but you are small. Oh, you are on the roof. Okay. I'm about to say, why is the dog on the roof? Get that dog off the roof. I mean, you probably shouldn't be on the roof either, but I probably not as dangerous for a human to be on the roof than a dog. Especially a small dog. And once we finish Asgore here, I gotta take a stretch break. Also, be careful if you are on a roof. That's not safe. Unless it's like one of those, you know, rooftop areas that you're supposed to be on, like our old work building had, like a rooftop terrace garden kind of area, so that's fine. Or also having a bad day. Bad days all around today for these guys. Alright, okay. That's it, fall backwards. Yeah. Oh no! Yeah, dog, I'm sorry, you can't take on a coyote. It is bigger and wilder than you and has the bigger teeth. I guess that's the problem with small dogs, is that they gotta compensate for their lack of size with noise and bluster and being like, I'm big and tough. You can't get me. It's like Alfie's, when she wants to scare away something, she is like, puff! I'll make my body huge. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. More strength of will. There's more dog packed into a smaller amount of space, so they're like, I gotta let it all out. They have more determination, dog determination. Okay. Oh. And I'm glad I got more sleep last night, but I think I twisted my neck a little bit. It's hurting. Oh, puppy Kris Dreamer, so that's just Kris Dreamer. That's just regular Kris. That's true, exactly. I find it extremely funny that, like, Toby Fox's persona is like a little dog when he's like, actually, I like cats better. the dog Sona just stuck. That's why Deltarune is the cat universe, whereas Undertale's the dog universe. No, Kris is definitely a dog person because they've got a dog Sona. They want to be puppy. Let's notice how, like, you know, in Undertale there seems to be this running theme of, you know, dogs everywhere, the dog royal guards. You know, oh, a dog. We, you know, Endogeny is made of dogs. It's just dog coded, whereas Deltarune is like cat stuff. We've got, you know, all the cat stuff with the mics, cat petters, the Cattenheimers. Wants to be a dog in the dog cat trope. It's not just the dog costume, it's the fact that they continuously will like make little allusions to acting like a dog. Like, Kris, don't howl. Kris, why are you begging for treats? Why are you scratching at the door like a dog, Kris? Like, they do it multiple times. Like, it's come up frequently enough that it's like, oh, okay, Kris just wants to be dog. Not the way dogs do. Hell yeah, that'll be like, yes. Alright, I'll be right back for one more stretch and extra water and stuff. Alrighty, I return. I am back. Apparently I need to watch more Vine Sauce Joel or something. People keep referencing the Deltarune voices he's done. And we'll put this on special lines as well. Here comes a hungry girl. I guess, does that mean that they have Full Metal Alchemist in the Deltarune universe? Probably. How long are they? I do usually like having on a nice long thing while I'm working. Video essays are my go-to when I'm working. Okay, so, well, that's not too bad. That's about what I'm used to, honestly, with what I listen to. Half the animation industry runs on, you know, 5-hour-long video essays. Oh, I see. That makes it a little tougher. I'm sorry, video essayists. I mostly just listen to your stuff. Or you can kind of like half watch it. You don't have to pay super close attention. That kind of stuff. Oh Lord, she coming. I feel a little bad about that because I know people also put a lot of like effort into their visuals, so usually it helps if like, yeah, it's something I don't have to watch super closely, just kind of have on the other monitor. Except certain times when I'm doing like if I'm doing thumbnails or roughs for a board and I have to like pay attention to it and think about it, I can't have somebody talking. I can only do music. I mean, that is what Kris promised. Kris is like, hey, you want to have a big snack? Because I'm mad at my parents. So we'll see if that actually happens or not. Not sure how far we'll get in this part today. It's 8 pages and we're on page 2. Some invisible cat aliens. Oh sheesh. That's a heck of a sentence. Yeah, that's the problem, is they kind of deserve it. They're not very good parents in this AU. They're sad about it, but Kris is still mad. Yeah, that probably would be an understatement. Oh, big fat kitty. That's a sign of a happy cat, then. I understood the understatement. Spelling is hard. I feel like these days I make so many typos and stuff I try to write. It really bothers me. Or just like, not even typos, but just like grammar errors I should miss. Isn't that a meme? It's like, oh, Long Johnson, oh, Don Piano. That cat? Yeah, I think I've seen that one. That's not a Vine Sauce thing, is it? That's just a meme, right? I feel like I've seen that a long time ago. I like that one. Oh, Don Piano. It's just meowing normally. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Oh no. Forced to give themselves a bad haircut. Well, you'll see how they act once we get the text part. Here's Susie. She's busting in on things. I'll surely understand. I kind of wonder if I can move some of these things to the foreground, but I just have to paint around them. Okay, I understand being eaten is needed for your emotional character arc. Like, heck yeah, I always wanted to do a big dramatic entrance. A big scary one. Ah yes, Halloween candy time. I've still got Halloween candy to eat, and I didn't even have kids at my door. There's never kids at door trick-or-treating here because I'm in an apartment. So they always go elsewhere. Yeah, no problem. It's a useful thing. Something I should do more often, honestly. Almost all of my art advice is, I should do that too. Where are all the kids trick-or-treating? Where did they go? They really must, like, pick a neighborhood and just take all the kids to that neighborhood or something these days. Instead of doing it in your own neighborhood. Which kind of sucks. Oh no, Jackenstein pumpkin. It seems like a lot of people did Jackenstein pumpkins this year, which is really great. You're taking too long. Ooh, one of my favorite horror remixes. That's not fun. You're supposed to do it in your own neighborhood. Maybe it's because the neighborhoods I grew up in just did it fine and it was all okay. Like, the neighborhoods I was a kid in, like, heck, I would go around selling Girl Scout cookies. No, I didn't see that fundraiser stream. I don't know, I just know that, like, again, I never get trick-or-treaters because I'm in an apartment. And then I was talking with, a friend of mine back in California, and I was like, I never get trick-or-treaters, you know, they never come to my place, and she's like, we have too many trick-or-treaters. We spent $600 on candy, and like we ran out really fast because everybody brings their kids to our neighborhood. It's just a sea of children. There's no time to do anything else because it's all kids all the time. I'm like, holy crap. So they must be doing that now. They must just like bring the kids to predetermined neighborhoods or houses. That kind of takes the fun out of it. I've never played Left 4 Dead. Changed in the last 10 years. That kind of sucks. I don't know. It's like, your own neighborhood really not viable for that? I don't know. Maybe I'm ignorant of it. Again, when I was growing up, Well, then again, I was in like your basic suburban white neighborhood, so what do I know? Maybe it is different, but I don't know. Oh yeah, I did that too, but I always thought that was more of like a church thing. Because we did that at church. But we still, like, we did that at church, but that was like on a Sunday or a weekend before Halloween or whatever. And then we still went and did Halloween, like going around to houses and stuff. It's really annoying because honestly, like, in terms of stranger danger, it's just as safe nowadays, if not more so. We didn't have cell phones when I was a kid, so if you wandered off and got lost, like, you know, you're kind of in trouble on your own. Deal with it. Oh, that's so cute. Gangle got her Tommy gun. The roof's coming down. Ah. Yeah, that's really frustrating. I don't think that's necessarily good. I wasn't really, like, I was not a kid that like liked to explore a lot, but I definitely was like allowed to do a lot of stuff on my own at a younger age that, like, yeah, that's just kind of expected to do. Heck, like when I was staying in like Germany when I was 10 years old, they're like, yep, you're gonna take the public transit bus to school by yourself. You know, or walk by yourself. I walked, like, usually my parents would not drive us to school when I was growing up. We walked. We walked or we rode our bikes. It was a rare treat to have a parent drive you someplace. If the distance was walkable. Like, for a normal kid and, like, where I was going to school, like, that was walkable. So they're like, yeah, you can walk. We're not going to drive you to school. Go ride your own bikes around town. Which was not necessarily the safest thing because there was like a turn that I would like zoom my bike down a hill and not stop, and somebody on a car absolutely could have hit me. But, you know, they didn't really think about that. Yeah, I was allowed to, you know, go around trick-or-treating, go door to door and, you know, sell Girl Scout cookies or whatever. Walk to school without parent supervision. Again, take the bus in a foreign country where I don't speak the language very well at age 10 without adult supervision. I think that's kind of important for kids to have that. Hello, thank you for coming. Thanks for dropping by to say hi. Asgore and Toriel not having a great day right now. Oh, Kane. I'm glad he's been doing well with the voice acting with Kane. Very good voice. I am excited to see how Digital Circus ends up. I need to start watching some other indie animation like Monkey Wrench too. Yeah, this is definitely later and stuff. This is, I think, part 8 out of 20 for the ending. And no context for text. No text for context. Yeah, that's stupid. Like, come on. Don't call the cops on kids just hanging out and doing kid stuff. Good grief. No wonder kids are so anxious these days. They're being raised in a surveillance state. Like, we all want to blame it on cell phones, and cell phones probably play a part in that, true, but I am absolutely going to blame surveillance state, anxiety kind of stuff. Always know what your kids are doing stuff, too. No independence. Not allowed to, you know, do things for yourself, make your own mistakes. I haven't heard that theory, so I don't know. Who is Abel? I mean, I know who Abel is biblically, but, like, who is Abel in Digital Circus? Oh, yeah, like, I haven't seen Murder Drones, but I absolutely saw the Knights of Guinevere pilot. It was really cool. I really like Knights of Guinevere. And, yeah, I was reading the Lackadaisy comic a while ago, so I'm excited for more Lackadaisy. Excited for more Mystery Skulls when that's out too. Heck, I even thought the Homestuck pilot was okay. Oh, there's another AI named Abel. Okay. Although, if we're following along with the biblical thing, then wouldn't Cain have killed Abel? So Abel does not exist anymore? Oh no, like, that's so frustrating. Okay, at 14, you should absolutely be able to walk to the local gas station. Like, that's totally fine. Especially nowadays where we all have cell phones. Or smartphones. I didn't have that growing up. Like, I was just supposed to walk to that and you wanted to get a hold of me? No, you didn't. Because I didn't have a phone. We didn't have that when I was young. Something went wrong, I had to talk to a different adult. Well, is this a reference to SCP Foundation, or is this its own thing? Because if I'm assuming it's the, you know, biblical reference, then Abel is the one that got killed. Yeah, I still need to actually watch Hell of a Boss and Has-Been Hotel. I watched, like, the Has-Been Hotel pilot. I wasn't super interested in it, but I do have some friends that really like Has-Been and Hell of a, so I'm like, I should give those a shot at some point, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I'd probably rather do Monkey Wrench or Murder Drones first. Yeah, there's a lot of swearing. I mean, it's not that shocking, considering the comic has a lot of swearing. I think they're at least smart to leave out the slurs. Like, please don't include that. Okay, but I'm saying, if the theory is that, you know, the Amazing Digital Circus is referencing the biblical Cain and Abel, why would they care about what the SCP one is doing? Is that related to is Digital Circus related to SCP? Because otherwise, like, who cares? Oh, I'm quite certain Toby swears in his regular voice all the time. Okay, it's not related. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know John wasn't as much of a swearer as, like, some of the other ones. Like, he did a little bit later on, but I guess it wasn't as much in the pilot. Maybe this kind of wanted to establish, hey, this is an anime... that maybe it was kind of like, you know, audience proofing. It's like, hey, this is not a kid's cartoon where, you know, there's going to be swearing and stuff in here. That one video is still extremely funny. Just perfect Japanese the entire way through, and then Toho Project, like that New England extremely American pronunciation. It's like, what? It's so funny. It's good stuff. I will always like Toho Project. Utter and absolute destruction. Dunked in clam chowder. Exactly. Again, he's worked really hard to do, like, his Japanese is really good. It sounds really natural. And then just again, Toho Project and just like, oh yeah, you're from New England. That's just how it is. project. English, Japanese, they say Toho project. Oh, language, you're so funny. Better than I can do. I can't speak Japanese at all. I would absolutely butcher every part of it. And I've forgotten all the German I used to know. I'm fairly okay with pronunciation on it, but... Oh, I didn't know there was two kinds of clam chowder. Oh, I've learned something new. I suppose that makes sense, but... Oh, I see, I see. I guess I always just thought it, yeah, if it's clam chowder, it's made of cream, so... Oh, okay. The New England one took over in terms of recognizability. You've lost this one, Manhattan. Yeah, much less well known because I've only heard of it with cream. There are so many ways to make a food. I don't know what style pizza that is, so I probably will be glad that's not mainstream. I'm a very picky eater. Okay, I don't know what that is. I imagine it's something weird. Something I would not like because I'm already a picky eater, especially about pizza, so... Would not work out well for me. Maybe for a more adventurous type. I kind of want homemade pizza. Kind my dad makes. Nice soft dough. Ugh. I need to get some more of that. Piece of bread, marinara on top. Oh, craft singles. Ooh, no, no, no. No. I don't know. I'm of mind craft singles shouldn't be on anything. Not even pizza dough bread. No. Isn't that basically like a cheese sandwich more than anything? And I guess it's kind of like poor man's pizza, but... Ugh. I don't think I would like that. Yeah, just bread, but... Ugh. Ugh. Here's the big girl. Oh no, she's coming. Okay, we're on to page 3. Now, something about craft singles just blech. 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 They look like rubber. Hello, hello. My spooky times were fine. Although I was feeling a little under the weather on Halloween, so I was very low key. To be fair, existing on despite, not the worst way to go about things for Pennsylvania. feels very funny. Yeah, I was feeling. Maybe it's like the changing weather or something. That I was feeling a little bleh on Halloween, but I'm so glad we got an extra hour of sleep because I needed it. My weird dream didn't get interrupted. I just woke up and I'm like, wow, that was weird. Oh, thank goodness. I'm still not. My alarm still hasn't gone off yet. I know, same here. Now it's not going to be dark when I try and go through with a walk through the park in the morning. It always feels very scary. Very scary. Oh, forgot her other hand. Of course, then it's going to come back to bite us in April or whenever. It's like, now you've lost the hour. Give it back. I think I've seen anybody post my cousin Oscar. Is that only for the other daylight savings? Save your daylight. Don't let it run away in front of your face. Think about me, Dave. Fucking battery. I'd rip it from your hands. Would I support it being abolished? Yeah. I think either way you do it, somebody's going to get screwed over by it, so let's just make life easier and not do it. I mean, heck, part of the reason they were doing it was so that, you know, kids walking to school wouldn't have to do so in the dark. And now we don't even let our kids walk to school anymore, like we were just talking about. So why are we even doing this? I don't know, get back to letting kids walk to school on their own, then we can have daylight savings. Cons, you now live in Arizona. No, thank you. I kind of like living in the Pacific Northwest. There's like rain, and sometimes there's snow, and there's beautiful leaves. Like, I do miss California a lot, but I like having seasons. It's nice. I do find it funny that, like, yeah, all the rest of the states have daylight savings, but not Arizona. No. Get out of here with your daylight savings. We don't care in Arizona. Alright, once I finish this panel, I think it'll be break time again. Susie's excited because it's snack time. I was like, yes, let me have snacks. Ugh, yeah. Anywhere where you're like too far north or south or whatever, and you gotta break out the lamps and the vitamin D so you don't go crazy in the head. This makes me so I don't go funny in the head. Like, it's really hard. Yeah, one of the nicer things about you know, living a little closer to the equator is you're more balanced in terms of like seasonal stuff, whereas in the winter, the further north you go, it's like, oh, the sun is only up for like, 6 hours out of the day maybe. Not fun. Doesn't feel good. That is true. But then in winter you pretty much have to hibernate. Because otherwise it's gonna feel bad. It's important to expose yourself to the sun on a regular basis. We actually do need it. Ugh, yeah, that part's not great. Humidity's not fun. Oh, I started Sword of the Sea. That's going to be a short game, so I'll probably finish it in like 1 or 2 more sessions. So I'll probably put up the poll today for what game I'm going to do after that. And hopefully I've gotten my list together of what I'm going to put on the poll. But yes, we started Sword of the Sea. And it was very pretty. Yeah, at least I got good food. There was some like meme going around with like, dividing the world up into like 8 sections or 8 diagonal sections. It's like, okay, you can only eat food from like one of these 8 sections. Which do you do? And like everybody is picking the one that just goes through the Middle East and India and Southeast Asia. It's like that one. That's where all the good food is. It's a no-brainer, exactly. Alright, I gotta stretch and all that stuff, then we'll get back to it. Kris is not happy. Nope, nope, nope. And they're like, hey, remember that time you sacrificed me to a demon? You remember that? 'Cause I remember that. Oh yeah, Indian vegetarian. Very good. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. I could also do like Italian vegetarian. I'd be down with that. It'd be really hard for me to go vegetarian in general, though. I do like me some meats. I like some chicken. I like a beef. I like a fish. Even though I should eat more veggies, probably. Just like Alfie should eat more veggies. Big Susie. The biggest. Oh yeah, oh that sounds good. Ooh. Grab home my new pet. Of course, Susie would probably smack him for calling her a pet. Can I keep her? She has a very particular diet, though. You gotta feed your pet all the stuff. Including special treats. Every day, starting with you. Will Susie eat test tube meat? Yeah, sure. Why not? I'd eat test tube meat. I'll give that a shot. Although I suppose first I gotta figure out the problems with test tube meat. Yeah, I hope we get that someday. It'd be nice actually to get the benefits of, eating meat without having to, kill animals for it, but eating the test tube too. And I have to edible test tube. But you gotta get past the problems of actually, having proper meat first. It sounds like they're still stuck on that. Yes, she would eat the test tube. Alright, be right back for one more stretch and orange juice, etc. Alright, I'm back. Meat Factory starts playing. I didn't have my usual orange juice, so I had to get like orange and mango juice. Time for anger, Kris. Mushrooms attack. Mushrooms won't get me though, because like I never ate a mushroom because I don't like mushrooms. What's the most exotic fruit I've ever had? Well, that's a dang good question. Probably nothing very exotic because I'm a picky eater. Don't eat that much. Gosh, I'm not sure. I kind of forget. I'm sure there's like something I've had that's like part of another dish or something, and I just forgot what it is. Yeah, I have not paid much attention to that. Least common, don't know. Don't know at all. Yeah, I probably had something that was part of another dish and I just forgot and I'm not aware of it. Oh, thank you. Gotta have their face cast in like shadow too. You have incurred my wrath. Not what I wanted. You let your hair grow out? By this point, they probably cut it again, because otherwise it'd be even longer. Like, oh yes, I did let my hair grow out. It's hard to find barbers in hell, because all barbers go to heaven. And all that hair growing out, and they still can't get facial hair. Oh, lychees. Isn't the whole thing with durians that just like they're very stinky? They're stinky boys. It must have some kind of good flavor to them. People are eating them despite the stinky flavor. Or the stinky smell. I mean, I have something going for them. Wait, that's true. He's the one barber exception. The demon barber of Fleet Street. Pretty sure there's like, yeah, text here. Make sure I don't have to draw over anything. No. But you can get them on in your town in Animal Crossing. I do feel like they limited the number of fruits you can have between Animal Crossing New Leaf and New Horizons. The taste of nothing. It does look cool, at least. Probably good in like mixed drinks or something. I have not played Super Mario Sunshine. It's every level. Pomelos and arbutus. Yep, I have not had that many cool fruits. Oh, those things to collect in Super Mario Sunshine. Weren't durians some of the fruits you can bap around in Fruit Scatter and Birth by Sleep? Play volleyball with our giant fruits. I don't know what the most exotic fruit is. It probably is dragon fruit. Go ahead and make fun of me. Like I said, I'm picky. Do not look to me for solid cuisine advice. I will not have it for you. Persimmons. Oh, ugh. I would not want to bite into a raw tomato. No, thank you. Even if it tasted okay. Oof. Yeah, that's another reason why I probably am not good for a lot of fruits. Is like, it's not even just tasting, it's a texture thing. Actually, no, you know, now that I think about it, probably the most exotic fruit that I've had, like, on its own, not part of a dish, probably I'd say it's starfruit. Which, it was okay. It was fine. I wouldn't say it was negative, it was just like, it was fine. And I literally just got it because I was doing like a Kingdom Hearts themed party, so I'm like, well, I have to have a starfruit for like Palpo fruit purposes. So we got a starfruit and cut it up into little star shapes. And it's like, no, it's Palpo fruit. Yeah, I'm excited. We gotta have more Knight remixes. I'm sure we're gonna have like different versions of Black Knife whenever we invariably fight the Knight again. Yeah, true. We're gonna have to fight them again for reasons. Boiled monk fruit, huh? Black Knife is cool, but yeah, Black Knife feels very distinct from the rest of the soundtrack in a lot of ways. It really does drive home the fact that, oh, this is different from what we've been doing previously. Now it's serious business. Yeah, the Titan themes are cool. Appropriately feeling very like massive and insurmountable and epic. I know, I want him to do Hammer of Justice so bad. I'm like, please do Hammer of Justice. I mean, I don't want to actually say do it because, you know, nobody likes that as an artist. He should do what he wants. But I hope he does Hammer of Justice. I think that would be fun. Or From Now On. I like both of those a lot. I think he most recently did a Pokemon song, so he's doing what he wants, which is all I want. I will enjoy it either way. I think he also did Dark Sanctuary. He did like Black Knife and Dark Sanctuary. I think that's all he's done from the new chapter so far. Both good songs, to be sure. You especially can't go wrong. I really like all the music in chapter 4. It's so good. I'm old. I imagine we have not seen the last of the Titans. At least now we have an idea of how to fight them. Yeah, I think things are really gonna go off the go wild in chapter 6 and 7. That's when it's like super serious. I think we're gonna have at least a little bit of, you know, like not just like frivolous or lighthearted stuff, but like kind of more in tone. I definitely think, you know, we have to have a festival happen in a happy capacity before it gets serious. Are you winning, kids? Still a little wary of the idea that Asgore is boss next chapter, even though I know everything's pointing towards that. We'll see how it shakes out. Yeah. I like how everybody had like all these ideas of like, okay, it's gonna follow this convention and this convention and this, like all of these rules are gonna be followed for every chapter in terms of how the bosses work and how the secret bosses work, and that's like, nah, no, we're not. Yeah, I could see the flowers being like, we're the ones really in control kind of thing, which is kind of like the idea behind, I think on my bingo list I put, you know, that the Asgore boss battle is kind of a fake out. Like, we might have, like, phase 1 with him or something like that. And then, uh-oh, now we see who's really behind it kind of thing. Because definitely those flowers are going to come into play in some way. There's foreshadowing for it. I do think next chapter we'll have a secret boss focused on Ralsei, and Ralsei gets a powerful scarf from the secret boss. I don't know what that secret boss is. I'm not going to try and guess that, but my guess is it'll be Ralsei focused in some way. The different emotional flowers. Asgore, you fool! You've passed your trauma onto these plants! The real mic. Just a microphone. But yeah, it isn't, I guess it doesn't have to. Like, chapter 1 is very much an introduction to the idea of, okay, you know, this is what's going on. Here's what a dark nerd is, here's what a light nerd is, here's our main characters. All important stuff to cover. Yeah, she's dealing with a lot. And she's still got stuff to deal with. She's not done yet. There's more to happen. Again, what's going to happen when she finds out what Kris has been up to with the night? She's probably not going to take that well. And Kris knows it, and Kris is sad about it. I'm like, Kris, this is bad. But my kids. Both, all three of them, like, I don't deserve real friends. Yeah. Yeah, it does seem like Beta Queen was scarier, and then she ended up just being nicer. Susie takes it remarkably well. No, I don't think she'll take it that well, unfortunately. Yeah, I think it depends on the order she finds out stuff, and I think things will get a little different for her when she's like, wait, you're being possessed, what? Wait, what happened that led to this kind of thing? It's like, watch out for the queen, and it's like, wait, no, she's a silly. She was just a silly all along. It means titty. Yeah, I'm not sure if she could potentially find out about those at the same time. She could find out about those at different times. Oh, that's gonna be rough, yeah. Noelle did warn her. She's like, hey, Kris isn't really acting like themselves. Something's up. That's when the Suzelle comes in. When we have to work together to figure out what the heck's wrong with our friend. Alright, good luck with lunch. Yeah, either way, it's gonna be bad. It's not gonna be good. And their friendship's gonna be fixed by the end. It's not gonna be a, and then we were never friends again kind of thing. So that would be crappy. That would suck too much. So it'll be fixed. Just a matter of how bad's it gonna get. How's it gonna be fixed? Oh man, oh no. Because yeah, Kris absolutely does care about their friendship now, and they're like, no, I like this person. The Act 3 misunderstanding, no! And it's like, let's let my kids be okay by the end. They can go through hard things, just by the end they ought to be okay. Which I think that is what will happen. Just taking turns beating us up. No, Des would be the one to beat us with a baseball bat. She needs to beat us with like a, I don't know, a guitar or something. Or, something like that. Are there actually people out there that are like, I hate Kris because they beat us up with a hockey stick? I'm like, my dude, that's a video game character. What are you getting mad about? You beefing with a child? What? Okay, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You are not being physically hurt by this. You are a real person in the real world. This is a video game character. You beefing with a child, with a teenager who's been traumatized and whom you're controlling. Ew, how dare they act realistically to this situation? Get over yourself. Okay, I hope so. I'm like, they're absolutely allowed to beat me up with a hockey stick. I will be fine. It's even funny. Yeah, I don't understand hating on Kris at all. Don't hate on Kris. Don't do it. I don't know, to me it's really clear that, like, yeah, they're participating in bad things, but they are not doing that because, wahaha, I like doing the bad thing and I want the world to end. It is clear to me that they are doing this because they're like, I as a person suck and I am going to destroy myself in the hopes of making other people's lives better. Which is bad. They should not do that. But don't, like, that is not worth hating on them for. Like, good grief. I definitely don't think they have bad motives. I think they have deeply self-destructive motives. And that is bad. But you should not be hating them for that. Again, these same people, they're going to be like, oh, Susie's great. Susie's so awesome. She's going to do something. She's going to do something in the future that's going to make people who are weaker than that hate her. And I'm like, I know what's going to happen. I ain't going to hate her for it. She's going to do something extremely valid that people are not going to like. And they're going to be like, oh, she regressed as a character. Yeah. Hello, hello, thank you for coming. I don't know, I feel like just paying any kind of attention, you can tell that there's something else going on there that's not just like, oh, I'm evil. I guess that's true. Like, when I first played, you know, I was kind of under the impression that, you know, oh, like, Kara seems to be, like, you know, really just kind of a bad person, evil. But then, you know, I've thought about it a lot more and heard what people had to say, and it's like, oh, no, this was just somebody who was deeply damaged. Yeah. For their family member. Almost like that's foreshadowing. Certainly my opinion on Kara has changed over the years. And I kind of appreciate that, like, in the anniversary stream, Toby was like, hey, actually, Kara, actually, you know, we do care about them. Like, certainly they look suspicious. But I don't know. Maybe it's because I am paying very close attention and thinking about it a lot. But I very much was of the mind that, oh yeah, they're doing this because, you know, not because they're like, oh, I want to bring about the end of the world. They're doing this because they are hurting and do not like themselves and are on this path of self-destruction and feel like they're obligated to do it. Murder Kara. Yeah, I think people thought that was Azrael. Ugh, that thing was loud. Hey, advertisement on your text? Shush up. I don't know. Was that really, like, a really widespread belief after Chapter 1? Maybe it's just because, like, not long after Chapter 1, I immediately clocked into, like, Paper Trail. I was just, like, my brain just started going a million miles an hour, and I'm like, what about this? What about this? What about this, this, and this? And, like, I didn't stop to think, oh, Kris is gonna go on a murder spree kind of thing. Like, that just kind of didn't enter my mind very much. But I guess maybe I was in the minority at that point. They'd have to be in some capacity. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, this is interesting. This is like, they have beef with us, the player. Not, oh, they're just evil. Something definitely interesting there. That was definitely our hint that, oh, this is not, you know, things are not all well with Kris Dreamer. Definitely that little red eye shine was Kara coded. Oh, thank you. Yeah, definitely Chapter 2 had that got people in a tizzy, and I'm kind of glad that yeah, it did something. I'm definitely kind of glad that we had Chapter 3 and 4 together. I'm trying to picture, like, how the fandom would have reacted if we had just had a Chapter 3 ending. Oh my goodness. I don't know if we would have survived. Ugh. It would have been madness. Madness! I still don't think Kris actually made the computer room fountain. I think that was the night. Obviously, they were up to something. But I never really bought the idea that they made the Chapter 2 fountain. They were obviously out doing stuff, because heck, even in the weird route, you know, they're taking Birdley to the hospital, because apparently his parents can't be bothered. But, I always figured that the chapter 2 one was the night one because of all the references to like, oh, Des always said she'd take me to a place like this, and then 2, yeah, the closet of a big person can fit here, and then that lines up with the chapter 4 one. It's like, okay, this is supposed to be the same thing. Yeah, Kris, how did you manage to do all that in the weird room? Good grief. That's true. It doesn't have to be linear. That was such a big matter of debate that it turned out Closet Night was real. Yeah, they probably were in the closet. Extremely funny. I think people thought it was a hiding place for Birdley because of Amori. There's nothing there. Yeah, I think people were kind of expecting that Birdley was like dead, but now we know he would have turned to dust if he died. So he is not super dead yet. Friend's like, I'll get it. Who knows what Friend's up to? Aside from being a little weirdo. I'm just a creepy little guy. I do get the feeling that next chapter we will see the night in the light world, at least briefly, and see how it's different. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. I really want to see Night in the Light World because, goodness gracious, who knows what's going on with that. Susie's like, I saw somebody, so they have to be a Lightner. So either she is physically messed up or psychologically messed up, or both. The colors are just inverted. Maybe it'll be endgame. Could be. Like some things I think are going to be endgame, or at least way towards the end. Kris losing their hand, Susie getting the soul. That's going to be endgame stuff. That's chapter 6 or 7, pretty late in is my guess. Mostly, I feel like if the Knight makes a Light World appearance, it will be in a situation where it's like, oh no, this is not anybody else. This is basically just to confirm that it's Des. Yeah, when is the Rousey reveal? Good grief. We gotta know about that at some point. If that's not happening, like, say supposedly in a, Rousey focused secret boss battle next chapter, that might also be late endgame thing as well. We might not hear about that until like towards the very end. Oh, yeah, so many things. Yeah, it depends a lot on what he's supposed to be. So it's either something we could potentially get next chapter, or that's going to be late towards the end of the game thing. Yeah, that could be a tease for it, certainly. Mostly, I think that whoop. I don't know. I actually think the stained hands tie in with that foreshadowing, but yeah, it feels pretty blatant to me. But yeah, one of the reasons why I think that Secret Boss being Book of Prophecy could be interesting is going to be focused on Ralsei is I am currently of the thoughts that what the Shadow Crystals do, the Pure Crystal, is that's going to give us one of 4 ultimate weapons. That basically you combine it with something that you got from one of the other secret bosses, or in Noelle's case, the Thorn Ring, and that will make one character's secret weapon, which will boost all their stats and then also give them like one special ability. And then it's up to you to choose, alright, who am I picking for this? Yeah, Susie and Garrison's obvious, and basically, like, with it's going to give us one of 4. With Noelle, it's the Thorn Ring, because now we know that Noelle can wield swords, so her getting, maybe the secret weapon for her is the Twisted Sword, and that's something that she can use, especially with the Trance Down ability on it. So that's hers, and then the other ones are basically, okay, combine Pure Crystal with the Black Shard for Kris's weapon, combine the Pure Crystal with Justice Axe for Susie's weapon, and then assuming that Ralsei gets, you know, a powerful scarf next chapter, combine that to get his best weapon. I have seen that pushed around a bit. I don't quite buy it myself. Just because even in the sense of like, you know, oh, this is gray that you can't wash away. That's just how graphite is. That's just one. That's just how graphite is. I don't think they actually have a vessel or gray hand because graphite's just like that. I feel like it's a more metaphorical thing of Kris feels like, you know, basically they have a sin they can't wash away. There is guilt that is still stuck to them that is causing them to feel like this. Their hands are still unclean. That is how I am interpreting the hand washing thing, the gray stuck between the fingers. It's the sense of like, yeah, they feel extremely guilty for something. They cannot wash away that feeling of guilt. Rather than they literally have a prosthetic. Susie gets scratches. Also, when's I gotta stop soon for my my stretch break. I just realized probably should have done that after I finished the page. So I'll finish this real quick and then we will do a stretch break. Gotta take care of my wrist. Okay. My main thoughts on Kris losing a hand is that this is in conjunction with Susie getting the soul, because like they use their hand to take out and put the soul back into their chest. They are quote unquote the cage. What happens when you lose the key to the cage? What happens when you cannot open and close that anymore? Heck, they still don't really quite explain, like, how can they do that? How can they physically put their hand inside their chest and then take it back out again? And my thoughts on that is that, like, whatever deal they're involved with, they need their hand to do that. The secret zipper. Secret flush zipper. Oh, now we're getting like Cronenberg up in here. They're gonna pull a videotape out of there next. Ugh. Neck problem. So yeah, that's why I think we're still getting Kris losing their hand. I think it's gonna be in conjunction with like them losing control of the soul. These things will happen together. That is my prediction. One of many. Oh, stretch. Oh, I feel that. Ouch. I feel Toby's pain on Oh no, you can't use your hand for something extremely important to you. That's its own kind of terror. Why you gotta take care of yourself when you're doing a lot of work. Otherwise, you'll be in my position. Especially as you get older. Huh. Oh, that would be kind of funny, huh? Minus the Geno root part. You were foreshadowing without realizing it. Just kind of what happened to me with that one Gaster follower. I'm like, what if the Gaster follower was a big bird head instead of just like, or a big bird guy instead of a head? Oops, that was what it was. I mean, maybe it was something that he was kind of already playing with, and you know, his experience working on it, and you know, losing the ability to use your hand just kind of is like heightened the feelings that come with that. All right, I will be right back for one more stretch and etc. Alrighty, I'm returning. Yeah, that is true. Like it feels like, okay, yes, some stuff was probably, you know, in mind, such as the ending, definitely. Main characters. Since he had those drawings since like 2015 or something, but yeah. It's hard to know because, yeah, when did he finish writing it? I know he did like a big, you know, story pitch for everybody that was on the team. So I think by now the story's pretty much written. At least the overarching story. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and read. Because even then, like, I'm positive they're going to be changing some things in the script up until, like, you know, everything's actually done and released. Because that's just kind of a thing that happens when you're in production. You find out, oh, this doesn't work in this context, I have to change it. But you still get like the basic story beats down. Yeah, that's still gonna get worked. That's just the nature of production. You're always changing things a little bit. It's not like we've written down the entire script right now and it's not going to change at all until the end. But major story beats are not being changed, I think. I wish I could have been there for like that story pitch. That would have been so cool. Top 10 places I wish I was a fly on the wall for. There's something really fun and special about seeing just like the raw idea get explained to you. Even though when you're actually in the position of pitching that, it's kind of terrifying. That's fun to listen to. And I am glad they at least have a producer. That makes a big difference. I just hope Chapter 5 does not come out at Christmas next year. Please do not do Christmas next year. That would be a terrible time for it to come out for me. Halloween, great. Christmas, no. Please. Please. I very much like what we had with chapters 3 and 4, which is very good timing for me. It is like, when do I get a snack? You said there would be snacks. Give them to me. You said it would be free Dreamer Sandwich Day. You've been unbanned. I still want to know who banned Susie from Free Ham Sandwich Day so I can throw hands with them. Who did that? There's a text box there. Carol, I'll get you for this. Carol, when I get you. Well, it kind of sounds like the free ham sandwich banning happened before she moved to hometown, so it's probably somebody else. Now we're going to try and ban her from the festival. I still think there's going to be some kind of retaliation that happens in regards to that. I'm on the correct thing again. Yeah, I saw my daughter, the same woman, barf all over a 2-meter tall sandwich. No. She wouldn't barf. She'd win the sandwich eating contest and eat all those sandwiches down. But Mom, I love her. She's so cool eating 10 million sandwiches. Didn't I ban you free ham sandwich day? On the state of my day. I kind of wonder how much Carol has paid attention to Susie previously, and if that's been inside or outside of how much she cares about the prophecy, because clearly she's like, prophecy, don't get into the shelter, blah blah blah. But I wonder if there's more to it than just that. Yeah, Carol, what is your deal? I mean, she is also surprised to see them, because they thought that Kris was dead. But they're a little preoccupied with the giant monster. That is looming. The loomster. Can't believe I heard the loomster on that stream. I don't think they're surprised Kris is angry, no. Like that part is definitely understandable. What could you possibly be angry about? I wonder. I'm glad you're excited. I'm sorry it probably will be a long while. There's still so much left to go. Even if I'm just slowly but surely pecking away at it piece by piece. But one day, it's just going to be like a month of updates. Oh, Eldritchrune updates all the time. We've got to prepare for that eventuality thing. And sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I've gotten a lot done on the ending. And then I just look at my list of stuff left to do and I'm like, oh, that's a lot left to do. Especially in the middle of all the other work stuff. Again, I'm kind of wondering, I'm like, man, maybe I should not stream certain things and the ending. It might be a bit too much we want to keep unspoiled. Namely stuff to do with Rouse. Might be nice to keep that. Keep that a secret. I know, the rarity giffer. My usual, no, that would be telling. I used to use that all the time. Now, not as much anymore. I'm gonna make more MST gifts. Just never have time to put aside for it. I've had like a little gift maker thing, but now Tumblr's like, your gift is too big. Tone that down. I'm like, how do people make really nice gifts of like lengthy things, but also get them to fit? Your gift is taking too big. Exactly. Taking too long to load. I can't believe how much like Toby basically gave away stuff about Jackenstein in like newsletters and just nobody picked up on it. Like, oh, look at this cute Halloween stuff. It's so neat. Nope. That was just stuff that's going to be in the game. No. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, straight up early take on Dark Zone. Seriously. Yep. Sniff, chicken. I know, it's like, you fools, he's had the stuff about the game there the whole time, and then you obsess over, you know, Woody from Toy Story. At this point, probably like, yeah, I can just post whatever I want because people aren't going to pick up on it. They're going to get, you know, distracted by something else. He's already been here the whole time, just like Lord English. Oh no! Lord Jackenstein. Or Lord Titan, I guess. I think the Eldritchrune one is, yeah, it's been here the whole time. Whereas Homestuck was, it's been here all along, or something like that. The demon is already here. I mostly want to make sure that I catch Shay watching Cascade, but hopefully work won't get in the way. You see that funny art? I'm like, yes, he did. If he has an alt, don't bother him about it. Don't bother him. And then Fear wonder, will this be the one? Yeah, I actually haven't seen Toy Story 4. I felt like 3 was the appropriate place to put it, to stop it. They were a big deal at the time when we didn't have CG animated movies. It was so funny. I went to like a like, I guess it was a double or triple screening of like Toy Story 1 and 2 or 1, 2, and 3 all back to back after they came out. And you watch Toy Story 1 and it's like, oh, these characters look very good. The human characters, the dog Scud, it looks so bad. They hadn't figured it out yet. You gotta start somewhere, I guess, with that. I do like Bug's Life a lot. I like Monsters, Inc. That was one I really liked when I was younger. I always cried at the very end shot of Monsters, Inc. where, you know, Sully goes into the restricted door and he hears Kitty, and his face just lights up, and I'm like, oh! Oh yeah, Ratatouille is a classic. Ratatouille, excellent. Also WALL-E, but especially like the first half hour where nobody's talking in WALL-E. I love that kind of stuff. That was good stuff. But yeah, Ratatouille was peak. I haven't seen Soul. I gotta see it at some point. Oh yeah, original Finding Nemo, very good. Yeah, I didn't like the second Incredibles that much. I was kind of like, okay, but the first Incredibles is like, oh, this is like, yeah, a lot of thought's been put into this world. These characters are very fun. It felt like something in the superhero world we hadn't really seen yet. It was good. Also, I like Turning Red quite a bit. I thought Turning Red was good. Yeah, neither Asgore or Toriel are doing well right now because they're like, oh, our child returned and we miss them, but also they hate us. Cars 2, not good. Cars 2 was not a good movie. The primary things yeah. Walk out in disappointment. Cars 2, the thing with Cars 2 is like, okay, the first Cars, you're like, okay, for the world building, we can suspend our disbelief for the sake of the story. And, you know, okay, here's, you know, a world populated by cars, whatever. That's not super important compared to the rest that's going on. In Cars 2, like, the world building just breaks. And all I can think about watching Cars 2 is, what is going on with this Cars world? This does not make sense. I hate this. Why is it like this? Why is it like this? It's bad. Yeah, I still haven't seen Inside Out 2. Yes, oh my goodness, Up. Up made me cry so much. I think I was already, like, in a really fragile emotional state when I saw Up for various reasons, because, like, I started crying at, like, the short about the cloud that was, like, trying to make babies for the stork, and they were, like, scary babies, and so nobody wanted his scary babies. Like, I was crying at that before we even got to the movie. So when we got to the movie, I was just a blubbering mess through, like, half of it. Yeah, those parts are good from Cars 1. So Up hit me pretty hard. I don't remember why I was in such an emotional state, but I cried through a lot of Up. You should definitely see Up. Up is a very good movie. I just remember it being something that, like, it was good for a family film to watch because, like, there are not a lot of movies out there where, like, a grandparent character is, like, the main character and takes center stage. Kind of stuff. Like, most of the time when you have a movie, the heroes are young characters. So I just remember I think I saw it with my grandma or something, and she was just, like, really excited that, like, oh, you know, this is a character I relate to. It's really cool that, you know, we have a old character as the main character. No, you should definitely see WALL-E. It's really good. I haven't kept up with a lot of the sequel stuff. But I would recommend WALL-E. It's very good. Yep. It loses a little something once they actually get to the humans, but again, the first half hour is just excellent. Let me turn off the background so I can see what I'm doing here. Whoops. Thank you, ADHD. Welcome back. Toriel's still having a bad time. Not in the Sans approved way. Yeah, Coco's good. I don't know how they're going to do a sequel to that, though. Apparently they're doing another Coco movie. I'm like, how are you going to do that? Multitasking. I don't know. I mean, they kind of did that anyway by having the humans just be, like, grossly, you know, exaggerated in terms of their physicality. I know, I'm not sure what the actual scientific research is on that if you are in low or no gravity situation and you don't exercise enough. Apparently if you're a man, you're likely to go blind. The only problem is like, while it's understandable, like, okay, if humanity does that, they would end up like this. It's a little bit fat phobic. It's kind of like, oh, these humans, they're, you know, so lazy, they can't do anything without the robots doing anything for them, and it's kind of like, eh. Yeah, it does make your bones weaker. We actually do need gravity in our lives. Yeah, it was fat phobic. See, it would be kind of cool to see them like adapting to going back to Earth as slimes, though. And like, okay, now we got to rebuild civilization, but a civilization that like fits us, you know. Now that we're different. Yeah, I kind of think it would have served WALL-E a little better if it was less like, oh, you know, the fat phobic, oh, humans are dumb and gross for never trying anything and, you know, relying on robots, and more into like, hey, like, a multinational corporation has taken over everybody's lives and everybody is worse off for it. Because that's basically what By and Large is. Like, that would have been the better approach. Like, they kind of drop... They kind of keep it, but they don't really do much with the fact that By and Large kind of took over the world. Okay, background's back on. Like, By and Large does, like, just kind of stops existing or whatever after they get back to Earth or something. Like, oh, I guess we don't need the major corporation that's been keeping our species alive for the past 500 years anymore. but I think that would have been better than humans are dumb because they're fat and lazy. Like that, not as good on that front. Make Kris angry. Yeah, I guess that's true. Insert Disco Elysium quote here. That's how they allow it. That kind of thing. I can't list that whole Disco Elysium quote, but you know the one. Yeah, that's true. It didn't seem like there was a profit margin anymore. It does seem like, well, this is all we have. This is all of our infrastructure. So this is what we're going to continue to use, which that at least makes sense. Like, you know, inertia will keep things going for quite a while. Yeah, the yada yada capitalism subsumes critique thing. That one. Said by the capitalists. No. Woman, like, not all women are bougie, just that woman is bougie. that it's being said. Yeah, different quote. Good game. I think if I ever played it again, I would try a path that's less the intellectual and more like leaning into shivers and the psychology stuff, like stuff in the city. Let the city talk to me, kind of thing. But that's a bit of a time investment, so I don't know when I'm going to play it again. Bit of a time investment. Invent your own things for what Kris is saying right now. After this, I gotta stop for a break, and then we will do one more session. We're on page 5 out of 8. Alright. Stretch break, and then we'll do more. Yes, they're saying sub to links for a stream without ads. True. That's exactly what they're saying. I don't know why they're angry about it, but... Ugh. My neck. Well, if you guys want, I can also peek ahead to the other pages we won't get to today. If you want to see how this part shakes out, just let me know. I don't like giving Twitch money. Ugh. Excuse me. Ooh, ugh. 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 I don't want to cough. Ooh. Well, thank you for subbing here. I super duper appreciate it. Definitely helps me keep doing this. And I like doing it because I like chatting with people while I'm drawing. Makes it all go fast and I get to blab about my dumb ideas. You all just have to listen to my dumb ideas and pretend they're smart. Yes, Lynx, your ideas are very, very smart and not dumb at all. Because otherwise, just have to blab about them to Alfies. Actually, no, I have some real life friends I can talk with stuff about. That's always important. Yeah, you gotta do what's within your budget and comfort zone. Alas, if I had unlimited funds. I could make all the cool things all day, every day. I eventually want to add more emotes to my Twitch here as well, but apparently I have to get enough sub points for that. I don't have that. They're in the wings. They've been made. Just gotta add them when I'm able to. Someday. Alright, I will be right back for one more stretch and water, etc. Alrighty, I'm back for one more session. Draw a little more, then I'll have to get lunch. And also get lunch for the lizard. Which I think today will just be greens. But she got crickets yesterday. As long as she eats her greens, I'm happy. Sometimes she's like, I don't want my vegetables. I'm like, I know I'm the same way, but you still have to eat them. Why am I doing stuff from this particular angle? It's always a terrible angle to draw from. Oh well. Sometimes it's just what the pose calls for. It is nice to get back to doing just character cleans again, because that's always fun to do on a stream. I would like to do that for the Tana boss battle, but I have to finish the roughs for that first, and I've had no time to do them. Squeeze in the time for it. Doesn't help it's a boss battle, so it's gonna be a lot of action and stuff like that. And big things moving around. If it looks like her face is missing, it's because there's a text box there. I did that on purpose. I gotta hide the text boxes, otherwise you'll be super spoiled. Opposed to only partially spoiled. Somebody message? No. Nothing important. I know. Tell us the story right now. Like, I will not do that, because then it's not fun anymore. I know I probably should do a couple sketches at for something or other to tide people over. Something fun and funny. Which is kind of funny that that's with this particular AU, but most of the mainline story stuff is less funny and more serious. It's nice to get a couple of, you know, funny little bits and counter it. Okay, I gotta keep remembering. They're missing a finger. Oh, I gotta go back and check and make sure I didn't accidentally give them a finger on that hand. I'm gonna check now, actually. Okay, did I screw that up? Did I put the finger on them? Not in this page. Oh, see? Yep. Did it on that one. Be gone. They're only supposed to have... They're supposed to be missing a finger. Nope, nope. Not there either. I knew I would mess this up. I knew I would do it. I knew it. I knew it. Ah! Now I'm glad I remembered that, because, otherwise, that would have been a problem. Where else did I screw up? Little accessory things that are so hard to remember. There's all these extra fingers, I know. Oh, see, there it is again. Bye-bye. Pinky finger needs to be missing. Ah. Okay, now it's missing from that hand. Didn't do it on that one either. Okay. Alright, thanks a bunch for coming. Appreciate you being here. I probably will be stopping soonish as well. I can't believe I forgot about the missing finger. The fingy. This is going to haunt me throughout like the entire thing, I swear. I'm going to forget about that finger so much. And people are going to be like, why do they have a finger? I'll be like, oh no. That's what editors are for. Lynx haunted by the finger. After Kris loses a hand in canon, there's going to be like some sprite where they accidentally have that hand back. People will be like, whoa, you missed it. Somebody's going to be like, I'm sorry, I forgot. I'll be like, I feel you, dude. We're gonna get a bug report for like chapter 7 where it's like, took out Kris's hand again. on certain sprites. We forgot it wasn't supposed to be there. me because I'm just really bad with accessories. Or like changes to that kind of stuff. This character was supposed to be wearing this at this point. I forgot. I only have 3 fingers. For 5-fingered folk. And even then, some anthros, non-humans, have 5 fingers as well. I guess Susie technically has 5 fingers, even though I like prefer drawing her with 4. But if we're being canon accurate, she's got 5 fingers. She doesn't need those. Let's give her 4 fingers. Yeah, when I say 5 fingers, like I include the thumb. Even though a thumb is not quite a finger. Close enough. Did you know that we have 6 types of joints in our body, and the thumb has a unique joint that is not found anywhere else? And that's the saddle joint. Thumbs are opposable thumbs are special. They get their own joint all to themselves. The ability to grip things is actually quite important. Kris actually is sad. It's fun to draw characters crying too, unfortunately. No. Torture the Blorbo. He's like, I'll make you cry. You would cry too if it happened to you. Which, yeah, I probably would. I like having opposable digits. It's useful. Oh yes, I'd much rather have opposable digits than run very fast on my thumbnails. My fingernails. I would like the ability to fly. I think that'd be really pretty cool to have. A lot of animals probably be like, hey, posable digits are cool though. Makes for good grips. She's like, I don't need opposable thumbs when I got big teeth. Extremely large teeth. Pony head like the character from Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Which I did not finish watching, and apparently that was for the better, so, oops. I'm not even sure where I stopped in that. Yeah, apparently I went a little off the rails in, later parts. Not quite sure how. I guess that happens sometimes. Unfortunately. Everybody's crying. It's just crying time. It's like, stop your crying and give me snacks. I'll solve this. They probably could use some Kit Kats, yes. I actually have some Kit Kats. I could give them some Kit Kats because I have like 2 of them left from Halloween candy time. Yeah, I'm sure they won't say no to chocolate. Even though apparently they do like pie better. Then again, I have had some really good butterscotch pie, and I'm like, yeah, this stuff's really good. Probably does not want to watch any more butterscotch pie because they got poisoned with it, yeah. Bad memories. Toriel, you ruined their favorite food! Ultimate betrayal. Favorite food ruined. To be fair, I'd be pretty pissed if somebody ruined my favorite food for me too. I would not like that. Buttermilk pie? I'm not sure how that would work. I think you might need more than buttermilk, because that's basically like a biscuit, I guess. Like, what's the filling for buttermilk pie? Buttermilk pie? What's the filling for it? Do you don't mean butterscotch? Because buttermilk is like liquid. or just butter. That would basically kind of be like butter pie. Which, I don't think that would really be pie. How would that work? Again, what is the filling? Is it like a custard filling? Scotch pie. That sounds like a savory, like, shepherd's pie or something. Scotsman pie. Or cinnamon pie. I don't want butterscotch pie. I'm not having a good time right now. Okay, so it's like a custard pie. Okay. So I'm like, how would that work? Because, again, that's basically like either a liquid or a butter. I think it'd be very difficult to do a liquid-based pie. You have to really work at that. And I do like buttermilk. I'm just not sure how that would work in a pie. I want tasty dessert things. I want pie. No, I can't have pie. I want a good key lime or a chocolate pie or something like that. Kris, you've ruined the pies for me. Yeah, key lime's so good. More anger, sad Kris. See what I can get done in 10 minutes here. We're almost done. Might be able to come back to this next week too. Finish this up. And maybe do some fills and stuff like that. I hope people get emotional. That is the goal. Oh, see, I didn't forget. Missing the finger. I didn't forget this time. I'll try my best not to forget. I'm gonna have to do another Sham scene at some point. I should really go through and like write down all the scene, or yeah, do at least scripting for like all the scenes I want to do. I've got like, including the 10 of 1, I think I've got like 7 I want to tackle, which is quite a bit. Watch, I'm not going to get to them all until chapter 5. It's like, are you going to include this thing from chapter 5? I don't know. No. No. I did these all on the wrong layer! Gotta sing the wrong layer song. Sing the song of my people, the wrong layer song. I labeled it incorrectly. Ugh. It's the wrong layer song. I feel very stupid for getting it wrong. Exactly. I know. That was amazing. Was that Camellia that did that? The Wrong Layer Song remix? So I know, well, answering nothing about who came from, yeah. Because, I know that Toby really likes doing stuff with Camellia. Alright, yeah, that makes sense. Good stuff. I think that was really cool that a bunch of like modders from the community got to participate in that. That's pretty neat. That's cool stuff. Imagine keeping that NDA under wraps. Like, yeah, I'm working on some stuff for Toby Fox. Can't say a thing about it though. Under wraps. It's the power of the NDA. Yeah, but you gotta keep your lips sealed. I could be doing something and you'd never know it. I'll put actually special lines here and there too. No, I actually don't have time to do anything else like that. Ugh. I know, seriously. I would freak out. That would just be wild, wild. I'm glad that he has a team now, and the team all looks pretty cool. They're doing really good work. I think I have Gigi's game on my list of games to potentially play on for the poll, because I want to try Soul of Sovereignty. Well, I think that might be an adult game, so I might have to put some this is for adults, please warnings on it. But I guess that depends on if it wins the poll or not. I'm not sure if it's mood or visuals or what. I just heard that there's more adult themes in Soul of Sovereignty. I actually think Toby mentioned like this is more of an adult game. Yeah, my guess is that there's something involving like nudity or sexuality or something like that. That could very well be the case. Like just looking at what I've seen of it, I'm like, okay, yeah, this looks more like a mature game. Or like it could be. But I don't know. We'll put it on the poll. If it wins, we'll give it a try. It'd be cool if there's like, just content warnings if that's necessary, like the way Slay the Princess and Amori had content warnings. That was useful. Thank you for telling me up front what to expect. Now I will not be shocked. Alright, we're gonna do this panel, I think, then probably call it done. For today. Until next time. And probably a point where some reference would also be useful for like sitting down in a dress, in a long dress, because the folds are the part that get me, the folds. They're supposed to fall a certain way, and I would not know what the way that is unless you're looking at people sitting in that exact way. But there's no time, for this is just one panel of many. Heck yeah, at least we got some more you know, Dark Zone remixes on Halloween. Like they all came out at the same time on Halloween. It's like, oh, okay, this is what you're saving them for. Which I guess makes sense. It's a Halloweeny song. Being spooked in the dark. Keep going and you may find yourself spooked in the dark. You need you, Dragonstein. You're too cute. This battle is still really difficult for me. I don't know what it is, but that's like the one place I'm like, okay, I'm using the tension bit to skip, you know, the latter third of this. It's tricky business. No, you dare bring light to my lair? You must be spooked. Alright, we're gonna finish Susie here and then we're gonna call it a day. Like, finally I get my snacks. Yeah, I was not good at that because I'm not good with OG Legend of Zelda because I haven't really played it. Well, I better learn fast. When do I get my snacks? Oh yeah, there's probably a lot of stuff to cover in Pokemon Shield too. I am not up to date with the any of the DLC stuff with that. Gotta keep thinking like, oh, these new Pokemon are coming out from, you know, Pokemon Go and stuff. I'm like, well, what are they? I've never seen those before. It's like, this is DLC for this thing. Oh, huh? Okay. The secret Pokemon they don't want you to know about. Yeah, but it was more about the principle of things. He's like, I can't let little thing get away. I gotta eat it. Until she's like, no, it's funny. I don't want to eat it anymore. You're too cute. He was taking evasive action. I have a question. What's the caloric, you know, intake for souls? How many calories are in a soul? My soul is so high calorie. Ask Catty. Questions for the ages. For now, we just gotta finish up this panel. might do more on this part next week. And probably also some fills and stuff like that, because still gotta also do that. Dorothy's like, I know, I'm smart. I can figure it out. Alrighty. Oh, alright, ran a little bit over. But got pretty far. We got on to page 6 out of 8 on that, so pretty decent progress. Pretty decent progress, yay! Alrighty, but now I gotta stop and I gotta get lunch for myself and do my other things. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming to the art stream today. It's nice to get back to a little Eldritchrune today. Assuming nothing else comes up, I'll probably do more of this next week. And yeah, more Sword of the Sea on Friday as well. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And that you take care and get sun or rain, whatever you need. And leftover Halloween candy. All that goodness. Thanks so much for being here with me. Oh, yep, sorry for distracting you. And good luck with your own arts as well. I cheer you on from here. Whew, alrighty. Gotta get some water and lunch. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Alrighty, I will see you later.